Seaside holidays and the joys of the sea. Life by the seaside keeps attracting more and more people. Who wouldn't like to live near this idyllic beach? Nowadays, nearly 40% of the European population lives less than 40 miles from the coast. But under this wave of human pressure, the coastline has been transformed. Business prospers and infrastructure grows, all too often at the expense of the environment. The shore, where the land and the sea meet. The coast has an exceptional diversity of landscapes. Cliffs, being eroded by the waves. Rocks, broken up by the swell. Sand dunes, sculpted by the wind. This magnificent mosaic of complex and fragile environments is easily disturbed and is threatened by humans. Each time humans change the natural environment, whether for a road, a building, or a dike, it is referred to as man-made landscaping. Man-made landscaping is caused by urbanization and infrastructure expansion. There's no stop to the encroachment of man-made landscapes. Nowadays, the pressure is mainly being felt on the coast. More and more people want to live by the sea. A large number of people want to feel like they're on holiday all year round. This demand for housing is contributing heavily to disfiguring the coastline. Benidorm. This Spanish resort is the absolute definition of concrete excess. Its attraction has exploded since the mid-1970s. To accommodate tourists arriving in ever-increasing numbers, the town launched a spectacular whirlwind of construction, completely saturating the area. Ever-increasing amounts of concrete were poured to cover every square meter. The economic stakes are high and have led to unrivaled property speculation, completely wiping out any respect for the environment. In Europe, 1 kilometer of natural coastline has disappeared every day for 30 years. This means that more than 10% of the European coast has been consumed in order to meet the needs of urbanization. This phenomenon is irreversible. The results are a chain reaction: overpopulation, erosion, pollution, deterioration. Not to mention the destruction of natural beauty. A house here, a house over there, and another just a bit further along. These buildings appearing in an uncontrolled and disorderly fashion are called urban sprawl. In addition, they require infrastructure to be built, such as electricity supplies and roads. Bit by bit, urban sprawl reduces unspoiled areas. Infrastructure has also been created to protect urban sprawl. Embankments, lighthouses, dikes, these have had to be built to provide defense against the forces of nature. Nowadays, most of these constructions are part of our heritage. Coastal improvements are still carried out to prevent certain hazards. These dikes, for instance, block the progress of strong storm surges. These rock fills are to strengthen the coastline and hold back erosion. These polders are used to expand the land. Artificial expanses of land reclaimed from the sea. Polders are widely used in the Netherlands. Without them, half the country would be underwater. But faced with erosion and rising sea levels, the battle would seem to be lost in advance. The advance of the sea is unstoppable. Nature will reclaim her due. In today's world, all these ways of transforming the coast into something man-made have been called into question. To prevent various catastrophes and stop the ravaging of our coasts, it would appear that it is necessary to initiate sustainable development of our coasts. Therefore, more thought must be given to a strategic withdrawal from living spaces, rather than continually reinforcing and developing the coast. This means that polders are being removed in some areas. It is also important that coastal laws be complied with, for they are too often disregarded. Preservation of our shores also means protecting our coastal heritage. These special areas that must be maintained and made available to everyone must also be protected. Waves are a striking example of this. Waves certainly have an economic value since they bring in tourists and waterboard sports, but above all, they have incalculable heritage value. And unfortunately, some of them have already disappeared. Others have nearly disappeared forever. Mundaka, a wave with an international reputation in the north of Spain. It literally disappeared for several years due to too much sand dredging, which destroyed the natural topography which created the wave. It is important to understand the phenomenon to identify how humans can cause it to stop. Waves start off the coast. Under the action of the wind, a swell forms. The swell moves out and moves across the sea. When it meets an obstacle such as rocks or a shoal of sand, a wave is created which then breaks against the coast. Dikes, ports, or dredging can change the seabed and prevent this exceptional phenomenon. With its Keepers of the Coast program, Surfrider campaigns for its users. Each member can warn the association about any local damage to the shore and, locally, take action to protect the environment.